Jeudy.
What did we just say about Jeudy? What did I just text about Jeudy a couple days ago?
I forget.
90 plus receptions. I don't care if his quarterback is Aaron Rodgers or not.
Bridgewater.
I think it's gonna be Bridgewater.
Yeah. Or Lock.
I don't think it'll be Lock. I think it'll be Bridgewater. But I think Jeudy is headed for a 90 plus catch year.
Right.
Jeudy has just been carted into the locker room, right side of the screen. You saw this replay before at the end of the play when the ball was coming out. The knee goes down, but it's the way the leg was twisted underneath the Giants tackler. And Jeudy, the second-year wide receiver, expected to be one of the biggest playmakers on this Denver Broncos offense this year, carted off the field here. There it was just moments ago. Terrible looking sight there as the Broncos lead on the road 10-7. We'll keep you posted.
Jeudy suffered a high ankle sprain on the opening day of the NFL season. Now, the high ankle sprain is a little quite different from an inversion sprain or an eversion sprain. An lateral ankle sprain is when the foot just kind of goes out and it sprains the ligaments that live on the outside of the foot. A high ankle sprain is when the actual foot goes out and then there's force placed on top of it, causing the foot to move the two ends of the bones away from each other. And so the lower leg is made up of two bones. It's going to be your tibia and your fibula. When those two bones separate, it causes a sprain or disruption up through the leg and the connective tissue that keeps those two bones together. And also there lives two ligaments that live in the front of the two end bones and the back of the two end bones. When those two ligaments are also sprained or separated, those cause a disruption and pain and swelling. That is what's the difference between a high ankle sprain and a lateral ankle sprain or an eversion sprain. In Jeudy's case, you're looking at more of a recovery period that is requiring more of a 6 to 8 week recovery. In most systematic reviews, there's going to be 3 stages in which they're going to be returning to recovery from. It's going to be the acute stage, in which it's going to be more of an immobilization period that is about 1 to 2 weeks. They're going to want him to make sure that the foot doesn't move because they don't want the two end bones to separate, thus causing more instability in that ankle. So they want it to come to full restitution inside that bone, inside those bones and those ligaments. The second stage is going to be your subacute stage. Now we're going into more of low load, long duration stretch, more low strengthening, a little bit of dynamic stability, balance, proprioception, and some ankle strengthening through some band works. Then that's going to take about 2 weeks. And then the next 2 weeks are going to be more of your advanced stage. Now we're going to get into the functional activities like running, jumping. Can you accelerate? Can you decelerate? Can you do multi-direction? Then we're going to go into the sport-specific drills. That's going to require another 2 weeks. So that timeline in itself is about 6 to 8 weeks. In a high ankle sprain, it really follows more of a criterion base because it's going to want to make sure that you're meeting criteria as you move through those stages and as you move through the weeks. If you were to rush that ankle complex quicker, then you risk moving that ankle a little bit too much, and then therefore the ligaments themselves do not come to full stability. And that can be in a condition later on into the season if they don't allow it to fully heal. Most reports right now are saying 4 to 6 weeks. That's if it's a very low-grade, minor, insignificant injury to the ligaments. It's a good thing that the x-rays were negative, there were no fractures, and there was no surgical intervention required. So anticipate anywhere between a grade 1 and a grade 2 high ankle sprain that's going to require about 6 to 8 weeks to full recovery and full participation. We will closely monitor reports to ensure that he is making recovery, there is no setbacks, and if he is making a speedy recovery, if he's allowed to weight bear a lot sooner, then you can anticipate more of that 4 to 6 timeline. I anticipate more of that 6 to 8 weeks, so therefore have a plan in place to ensure that you have something in set that if he makes a little bit more speedy recovery, then he comes back at that 6 weeks mark, if not more towards that 6 to 8 weeks.